Welcome to the Daily Globe. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon for more breaking updates.
For decades, global power was anchored in the West, with the world's most influential decisions made in the capitals of Europe and the United States. The Western Alliance, forged in the aftermath of World War II, shaped the rules of international politics, economics, and security. From the halls of the United Nations to the boardrooms of multinational corporations, the West set the agenda and the pace for global progress. Europe and the United States stood at the very core of this system, projecting stability and influence across continents. Their shared values and economic might created a sense of predictability in world affairs, and for many years, it seemed unthinkable that this order could be seriously challenged. But today, on October 14, 2025, the world is witnessing a remarkable transformation. European nations are now turning toward BRICS, a bloc that not long ago was often dismissed as a mere footnote in the story of global power. The expansion of BRICS is no longer just a headline, it's a signal of deeper change. This isn't a minor diplomatic shuffle, it's a historic pivot that challenges the very architecture of global power. The old boundaries between East and West are blurring, and new alliances are being forged in real time. The implications of this shift reach far beyond politics. They touch economics, technology, and even culture. The gravitational pull of the Western-led system is weakening, and alternative centers of influence are becoming increasingly attractive. As the balance of power shifts, countries are re-evaluating their alliances and seeking new opportunities in emerging partnerships. Turkey and Sweden, both significant European players with unique geopolitical positions, are making overtures to BRICS. Their engagement signals a profound shift in priorities and a willingness to explore new avenues for growth and cooperation outside the traditional Western sphere. Their actions show that the world is becoming more complex, fragmented, and unpredictable. The certainty of the past is giving way to a new era of competition, negotiation, and adaptation, where old alliances are tested and new ones are born. Understanding this shift is essential for anyone who wants to grasp the forces shaping the 21st century. The rise of BRICS and the changing attitudes in Europe are not just headlines, they are the story of our time, influencing everything from trade to technology to the way nations see themselves. The European flirtation with BRICS is the clearest sign yet that the old maps no longer guide us. We are entering uncharted territory where the future will be shaped by new partnerships, shifting loyalties, and the constant search for balance in a rapidly changing world. To truly understand the significance of this moment, we need to trace the remarkable journey of BRICS, a story that began with a simple idea and has since evolved into a powerful global movement. The term BRIC was coined in 2001 by a Goldman Sachs economist, grouping together Brazil, Russia, India, and China. These were the emerging economies that analysts believed would reshape the global economic landscape in the 21st century. At first, it was just an investment concept, a way to describe the rise of new economic powerhouses outside the traditional Western sphere. But the idea quickly took on a life of its own. In 2009, the BRIC countries held their first summit, transforming the group from a financial label into a political bloc. Just a year later, South Africa joined, turning BRIC into BRICS and expanding its reach to the African continent. Over the years, BRICS began to build its own institutions, most notably the New Development Bank, headquartered in Shanghai. This was a direct challenge to Western-led financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank, signaling BRICS' ambition to create alternatives for the developing world. The real turning point came in 2024, when BRICS expanded dramatically. Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the United Arab Emirates joined the bloc, and in 2025, Indonesia followed. This expansion marked the birth of BRICS Plus, a new era for the coalition, making it one of the most diverse alliances on the global stage. Now, with 10 member countries, BRICS Plus is a truly diverse coalition. It brings together democracies, one-party states, and theocracies, all united by a common goal: to amplify the voice of the global South and push for a more equitable international system. For China, BRICS Plus is a platform to challenge U.S. dominance and promote its own vision of global governance. India and Brazil see it as a way to assert their independence and shape global rules on their own terms, while for Russia, especially in the face of Western sanctions, BRICS Plus offers a vital diplomatic and economic lifeline. Despite their differences in political systems and national interests, these countries share a vision to create a more balanced and multipolar world order where the voices of emerging economies are heard and respected. Today, BRICS Plus is no longer just a talking shop. It has become a global force, shaping debates on trade, development, and the future of international relations. And now, even Europe is taking notice, watching closely as BRICS Plus continues to grow in influence and ambition. The expanded BRICS Plus has drawn Europe's attention in two striking ways, revealing a continent in flux and eager to redefine its global relationships. As the world's power centers shift, European nations are watching closely, weighing their options, and considering new alliances that might once have seemed unthinkable. Turkey, a key NATO member and a bridge between East and West, has publicly declared its ambition to join BRICS Plus. This bold move signals not only frustration with the West, but also a desire to carve out a more independent role on the world stage. For Ankara, BRICS Plus represents both a challenge to the established order and a chance to access new economic and diplomatic opportunities. While Turkey has not yet received a formal invitation, its bid is a significant test for the bloc. Will BRICS Plus open its doors to a NATO country, or will it maintain its distance? The answer could reshape alliances and influence the future of global cooperation. Meanwhile, in Northern Europe, Sweden's independent media outlet News Voice has signed a cooperation deal with TV BRICS. This partnership aims to bring BRICS Plus perspectives directly to Swedish audiences, offering alternative viewpoints and challenging the traditional Western narrative that dominates Swedish media. While this isn't an official state policy, it's a powerful symbol of shifting attitudes within Europe. It shows a willingness among some Europeans to engage with new voices and ideas, even if they come from outside the traditional Western sphere. BRICS Plus now offers multiple tiers of engagement, from full membership to softer partnerships and media collaborations. This flexibility allows countries and organizations to participate at their own pace, without making immediate, sweeping commitments. Even in Western-aligned nations, there's a growing appetite to hear the BRICS Plus story firsthand, to understand its goals, and to consider what a multipolar world might mean for their own futures. These moves show that Europe is not just passively observing, but actively exploring new alliances and narratives. The continent is searching for fresh perspectives and new partners in a rapidly changing world. As these stories unfold, the world is listening and watching closely, aware that the choices made today could shape the global order for years to come. Why are countries like Turkey so interested in BRICS Plus? The numbers tell the story. The 10 BRICS Plus nations now represent about 45% of the world's population and over 35% of global GDP by purchasing power. The bloc controls around 30% of global oil production, giving it major leverage in energy markets. BRICS Plus has its own financial institutions, like the $100 billion New Development Bank, funding projects in local currencies. The contingent reserve arrangement offers a safety net outside Western financial systems. BRICS Plus is pushing for trade in local currencies, challenging the dominance of the US dollar. For countries seeking economic diversification and independence from Western pressure, BRICS Plus is increasingly attractive. It's no longer just a collection of emerging economies, it's a global heavyweight. Why are European countries interested in BRICS Plus? The answer is both economic and strategic. For Turkey, BRICS Plus offers access to fast-growing markets, investment, and a way to hedge against Western stagnation. Politically, many nations feel global governance is outdated and dominated by post-Butodru victors. BRICS Plus promises a more equitable voice for the global South and aspiring powers. Strategic autonomy is key. Aligning with BRICS Plus lets countries balance ties with the West and new partners. The bloc's push for de-dollarization and financial independence is a major draw, offering protection from US sanctions. For countries seeking to chart their own course, BRICS Plus is a compelling alternative. It's about economic opportunity, political influence, and financial sovereignty. European moves toward BRICS Plus have profound geopolitical consequences. If a NATO member like Turkey joins, it challenges the unity and purpose of the Western alliance. Economically, it accelerates the shift of power from west to east, potentially fragmenting the global market into competing blocs. Socially, new media partnerships like Sweden's could erode Western soft power and diversify global narratives. Europe's relationship with the rest of the world would fundamentally change, forcing it to navigate a more complex landscape. Some nations may see this as a chance for independent foreign policy, others fear dangerous fragmentation. Either way, Europe faces a moment of truth. Its role in the world is being redefined. The old certainties are fading and new powers are demanding their place. Europe's pivot toward BRICS Plus forces a rethinking of its identity in a multipolar world. The continent is no longer a monolith. Countries are pursuing different strategies for the 21st century. This could create internal divisions, challenging the EU's goal of a unified foreign policy. Yet it's also an opportunity for Brussels to become more pragmatic and flexible. The relationship with the US will be tested, especially as Washington sees BRICS Plus as a direct challenge. Europe may need to become a distinct pole, developing independent defense, economic and foreign policies. Turkey and Sweden's moves are early signs of this transition. Europe's future depends on how it navigates this new, complex landscape. Experts agree. We're at a global inflection point. Dr. Anjali Sharma calls BRICS Plus expansion a game-changer, signaling a new strategic calculus. Jean-Claude Dubois sees Turkey's bid as a wake-up call for the EU to rethink its vision and engagement. The Swedish media partnership suggests that dialogue, not confrontation, may be wiser. Professor Li Wei notes China would welcome Turkey, but India and Brazil may be cautious, wary of importing NATO conflicts. The bloc must balance expansion with internal cohesion. The return of Donald Trump to the US presidency has accelerated doubts about American reliability. For many, BRICS Plus is an insurance policy in a world where old alliances can't be taken for granted. Nations want options, and BRICS Plus offers them. The story of Europe looking to BRICS Plus is the headline of our era. What started as an economist's acronym is now a global force, pulling even Western nations into its orbit. Turkey's bold bid and Sweden's media partnership show the old alignments are breaking down. The consequences are monumental. A fragmented West, a multipolar world, and new questions for NATO and the EU. This isn't a temporary shift, it's a structural change in the international system. The world you live in, the opportunities you have, and the security you feel are all being shaped by these changes. The old maps are being redrawn, and this is the story of who holds the pen.